What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another Comics Unleashed QA After Dark. We're here with the usual suspects. Today you're going to see us and what we got this week from comics, from back issues, mail calls, local comic shop, and back pulls. Guys ready to see some comics today?
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Absolutely.
Let's go first.
And with our special guests, too, from Lettuce Comics, that makes it even more of a fun venture tonight. So I can't wait for that.
No, especially, I'm waiting to see what stack he pulls.
I can't wait to see what topping that Lettuce puts on his comic salad.
So, before we get into that, before we get into that, Les, I got to ask. I don't know if
TJ, you are absolutely right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
It would come with 4 hot chicks. There you go. How you doing, TJ?
What's up, TJ?
Can you name them again, Uncle Gary?
What'd you say?
Can you name them again?
Oh God, it was Pam, Susan. I'll have to see.
Yeah, because you pulled them out of nowhere and just kept rattling them off.
Yeah, he went to the Trish Tilby wedding, and Trish dumped him when he was with X Factor.
Yeah, she did.
And he never got laid again. Yeah, never got laid.
She did him wrong.
Yes,
good, but yes, when the mutton is all just right. It's right.
Yeah, but real fast, Lettuce, I probably missed it. Why Lettuce?
Thanks, TJ.
No, you're actually the very first person to ask me that. So I used to be a teacher, and my last name has an L in it and sounds similar to lettuce. So since I taught middle schoolers, they're all really, really funny and really smart, and so they called me Mr. Lettuce because they're absolutely hilarious. And I was just trying to think of things to name my channel, and that was the first thing that I came up with. And it seems to have stuck. So
yeah,
I guess
we got the origin finally. Because I was like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, why lettuce?
Yeah, no, I'm 6 foot, 300 pounds, so it's not my favorite food or anything. That's just.
It's my favorite shade of green, lettuce.
You know what?
I thought you were an Incredible Hulk fan. That's all.
I had a chicken with lettuce, chicken with salad today. So I had my lettuce today. So it's not the worst meal, but I'm with you, man. A good healthy steak and taters ain't so bad either, is it? That's the way to go. So, but lettuce has an important task here on our show and in our dietary needs. So I'm all for it.
That would
give me just a second. I'm gonna pull a Jamie. I will be right back.
Yeah, pull a meal.
No worries.
Don't pull a Jamie. Don't pull on Jamie. Yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
Speaking of pulled pork, what else is going on? All right. Beast is a member of Sword.
He gets around.
He's got a blue furry.
Susan.
Who the hell is Susan? Yeah.
Oh God. I love this chat so much. It's amazing.
No one in shape. Henry married the comic. The Black Widowmaker. Well, there you go. There you go.
Ladies who played with the Beast Fuzzies.
Yeah, it was. Like, Susan was one. One.
It was a 2-day bender.
Was Tammy one?
No, it wasn't Tammy. It was God. Yeah, that was.
It just reminds me of that. What was it, Ted? Where he's like, I'm gonna start rattling off names, and he starts doing it. He's like, oh, is there a Lynn in the middle of it?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
All right, so are we ready to show off what we got this week? Because let's am so much. Okay, let's go.
All right, let's see what Jamie came up with.
All right, so to start off, we have 2 issues left, and I'm very upset, but I think this is gonna be my event of the year. We got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 121, 2 issues left for Darkest Hour.
I like that cover.
Yes. I seen the covers for the next one and the one shot that they're going to do to end it all. And they're fantastic. All right. Obviously, got to go with Red Coat number 3. I'm loving this world.
Haven't read it yet, but I look forward to reading that book.
That and Rook.
Yeah, I haven't read that one yet. Look forward to that too.
Fabog's artwork on this is just amazing.
That has been such a great book.
Like that one came out of left field for me too, so like it was so worth picking up. Well, I didn't put it on my pull as my comic book guy did, and he's like, "You're getting it." I'm like, "Okay." Void Rivals number 10.
Oh, look at that! Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. If anyone wants to see a cover again, let me know. World Tree number 11.
Oh, look at that cover. I like that.
That's cool.
Joe, I do agree with you. As you can tell, I have the helmet variant foils up there. And I put the new one up, which is right there. I got a new one too, so I'm very happy. Next up, one that I'm loving every time I get the issue. Feral number 4.
So by Fleck. Nice.
Something is Killing the Children 38.
Cool. Which was our variant insanity winner this week.
Yes, it has so many.
They've got an issue 0 coming out in September.
Yes. I picked up the first issue and absolutely loved this, and I shouldn't have, but I did. Hovering number 2.
Ooh.
That first issue was really good. I wasn't expecting it. So, yeah, World Tree needs to be a TV series, like on Amazon, so they can get away with everything that's in that book.
All the nudity they show, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
He should be. We had him on. If you haven't checked that out, Joe, Dan and Tim did the interview with him, and it was fantastic. He's awesome. So, but next up, we got Ultimate Black Panther number 5.
No, Snoop Rook is it's a new character that was created by Fabok and
Jeff
John.
Johns.
Yep. It's so good, Chris. It is awesome, brother.
It is. It's hard for me to start a new world of multiple comics, and now I'm completely hooked on all of them. Geiger, Rook,
Yep.
Redcoat.
There's a lot more to come too.
There
I
is.
know.
So next up, we got Thanos the Infinity Watch annual number 1. Deathstone Sign, chapter 1.
Next up,
I'd be happy with Ghost Surfer.
Ghost Surfer.
You know how awesome that would be? He'd just melt himself. Blood Hunt number 4. My shop still doesn't sell the red band copies, and it's making me mad.
Oh, you should have let me know. They actually had extra copies of the red band one on the shelf when I went this week. Normally they don't. I get them because I pre-ordered them, but
Right.
I was surprised to see some on the shelf.
I've been getting them, but I haven't been opening them.
Right.
I've just been reading the others.
I'm hating
Yeah,
that.
I kind of want to at least flip through one of the other ones to see, like, all right, what's the difference between the two?
Yeah, how much artwork? Is it a panel we're talking, or is it a couple pages?
I think it's a couple pages.
All right, next up we got Vengeance of the Moon Knight number 6. This is a tie-in for Blood Hunt.
8-ball.
Yeah, I love how 8-Ball's just front and center. Not Moon Knight or any of the Moon Knight.
So if he was the Sorcerer Supreme, you know what that would make him, right?
No.
Magic 8-ball.
Magic
Yeah.
8-Ball.
I had that one coming.
It shows how good a writer McKay is that he makes you actually care about enough
8-Ball.
character like 8-Ball.
8-ball.
Joe, actually, they just announced that they're going to have a Fist Khonshu issue 0 coming out that brings them back.
Of
So,
course.
He already came back.
Yeah.
but his own, like, side series, another one. So there's going to be, like, what, 3 running? But Symbiote Spider-Man 29.9 number 4. I love this cover.
Yeah, that's a great cover.
That is cool.
At least Chris liked that joke.
Superior Spider-Man number 8.
I haven't read that. I look forward to it. I have liked that series.
So have I. Yeah, I'm actually surprised.
Yep.
I think that's the last issue, isn't it?
That is the last issue. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that Precious has me reading like everything Spider-Man, because look, number 4, the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Nice.
And then oh wait, there's more. Jackpot and Black Cat number 4.
Like the cover.
Tim right now is cursing it.
That book I just hate the whole jackpot idea.
I do too. Moving on though, we have Superman number 15. Not a fan of this variant though.
Yeah, I considered it, but I didn't pull the trigger on it.
Yeah.
But
It has potential, but I don't know.
My whole collection for DC has been B variants, so I've stuck by them. There's a couple in here that aren't B, but I ordered the B variants just so I could have them, so that stays unbroken. But next up, Flash number 10. Horrible series.
Yeah, book isn't good.
This was the first week, or this was the first month in about 20 years that a new issue of Flash came out that I didn't buy because it was one of the books I dropped off of my pull. And I'm like, this book is just too shitty for me to keep spending, $5 on every month.
Right.
Yeah.
But then coming back with a good Superman cover, we got Action Comics 1066.
Sniff. 8-Ball is always
Sniffing.
Of course he is.
That's a great cover,
that
too.
cover. I like
That's
that
really cool.
Yeah, I love that cover. But I think Detective got it beat this week, and this is Detective 1086.
Yeah, that is a great cover.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
I just wish Swamp Thing was in the back somewhere because that'd be amazing. I thought it that cover. Obviously, I went with Absolute Power Ground Zero so we can get this kicked off.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the B variant's on its way, and I can't wait because I got it's actually like the E variant. I got the Black Suit Superman cover.
Yeah.
Green Arrow number 13.
I've enjoyed that book.
I've actually really been enjoying, and I saw what you guys were talking about. I forgot who it was. I think it was Dan and Tim. We're talking about the guy in Comic Book Review, like
Oh yeah,
everything.
the guy that just hates every book that
He
comes
posted about that. He's like, "Why is this still a thing? It's just regurgitating everything." I'm like, "Shut up." But next up, actually, Prejudice's favorite comic of the year so far, The Penguin number 11.
It's been a good book. That's a fun. I like that with the piece. Yep.
Yeah, which you and her are going to be covering once it's all wrapped up, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken.
One more issue.
All right, so that was everything for my pulls this week. Next up, we have trades because she and me kind of went on a trade spree. Her more than me. I have 3. So she
He's working. Well, Joe's asked why Green Arrow's working for Waller. Had to do with Roy trying to get Roy off the hook with her.
Yeah, that was basically it. The whole her using family to manipulate it. So first up, this is from Ablaze, and it's called Children of the Black Sun.
Oh, that's cool.
That looks neat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Off the back, it just says, or little quick thing, it is not difficult to be happy under the blue sky, but it takes a lot of courage to be strong even under a black sun.
Okay.
So
Sounds like a Soundgarden album title.
Yeah, that tells me absolutely nothing about what's inside that book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like just the
90s grudge band.
Just the gore alone in it, I think that's what sold her. I'm gonna read it. It looks good. All right, next up, something she already read because I didn't get a chance to get my hands on it, but Batman Arkham Asylum.
Ah, very good.
Cool.
Oh, is that a printing of it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got the actual. Hang on, let's see if I can find it. It's got the whole script in the back.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really cool. So, and it gives all the layouts and what everything's going on. And lastly, I know Uncle Gary's gonna love this.
There we go.
Picture of it.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good one.
That is a good series. Is that the whole thing, or is that?
Yes.
Half? That's the whole thing. Yep. It's fantastic.
So, that's what I got this week. So, Sal, buddy.
All right. All right.
And Joe, you are right. You are right. The covers are fantastic on so many of these books, and the insides are bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
It depends
start
on
off
who
with
takes
DC.
over the cover.
Yep.
Yeah,
start off
sometimes
with
I
my
get John Romita to do the cover, and you open, and you're like, "Oh, this sucks," and you open it up, like, "Oh, the artwork inside is good."
Yeah. All right, I'll start off with DC. I got the Absolute Zero,
Mm-hmm.
number 1. I went to the shop today, by the way, and they didn't have a lot, so I missed a couple of books that I was hoping for. But
That's
I did
the one
get
I
the Black
ordered.
Students. And I also found this one.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool cover.
So my Detective Comics was 1086 was this one.
That's still a good cover. I like that.
Sammy, is that Sammy?
Yeah.
Sam Nee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad this storyline is close to ending.
Yeah.
It's dragged on.
Also got
It
the
has.
Green Arrow, number 13.
Oh, that's cool.
I like that cover.
They had the Blood Hunt red label. They had one more left up there, so if we can get there, Dan, either you or I can get there, we can pick that up for him. Picked up Spectacular Spider-Man number 4.
All right, that's an homage cover. You know what it's an homage to? Anybody?
I'll say a Hobgoblin one. It's got to be a Hobgoblin.
Marvel Team Up number 65, George Perez cover, first U.S. appearance of Captain Britain.
Captain Britain. Okay.
If you look up Marvel Team Up 65, it's a great homage to it.
Slabs,
And ladies and gentlemen, this is why we have an Uncle Gary on the team.
That's right. Not for my tech skills. That's right.
Oh, we talk about Gary. You built that website.
You
built that. You got that. You built that website with paper clips, a rubber band.
There it is. Look. Hey, Sal, hold your book up. Isn't that pretty good?
Let me throw it up there. We'll kind of compare. Yep.
Pretty good, right?
Cover by Perez with interior art by John Byrne.
That's right.
Pretty
there
hard
you
to
go.
go.
You got a great cover artist and a great interior artist on that book. How about
and I think let me double check, didn't Claremont write it?
Most likely.
I think so.
Let me double check.
Let's see.
There's a lot of dialogue that doesn't need to be needed.
Double checked.
Yep, Chris Claremont wrote it.
See, Dan's on
chicken
it.
dinner.
Dan is on it.
All right, so next up is Godzilla reprint number 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like the old costume too, Snoop.
Yep.
Or Chris.
Pulling on my heartstrings with that one.
And they introduced a new character years ago that had that costume, and then they just kind of stopped doing stuff with her.
Another Apocalypse.
Yeah. Yep. Air Apocalypse number 2. I got the X-Men 97 number 4.
Very good.
Picked up the X-Men Magic Blood Hunt.
Nice. I actually do like that.
Got Void Rivals number 10.
Mm-hmm.
You can see Springer in the background. That's pretty cool. Not Springer. Who was the copter? Who was the triple changer for? Who was the triple changer for the Autobots? The first one. He was a car and a helicopter. Springer was the car loader, like almost like Optimus Prime, but with the car rack.
No, that was Ultra Magnus. Springer was green. He transformed into the car and the helicopter.
Oh, that was right then. It's Springer. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, so there he is in the background. Got my Autobots confused there for a minute. All right. I saw this and I picked this up on cover alone, but it's G.I. Joe number 307.
That's a cool cover.
Nice.
That is nice cover.
And they just announced a new ongoing G.I. Joe series in the Energon universe part of it. That's gonna be starting soon.
All right. Here's a nice blast from the past, but check out this. Gatchaman number 1.
There you go.
And it's even got a little on the back cover. Who remembers this cartoon?
I remember. Well, I remember when they called it Battle of the Planets.
Battle of the Planets, yep. All right, so that's my pools. Do I jump into Slabs right now?
Nope, I'm not Tim. All of it.
Okay. So first one up is Tomb of Dracula number 12, the second appearance of Blade.
Nice.
I asked you about that one, I thought.
What's that?
I talked to you about that one. I thought you didn't get that one.
I did. Which one were we talking about then? I'm not sure.
Oh, because I saw you bid on that one, But then when I asked you about it, you said you didn't get the bid. So I was like, oh, okay.
I don't know.
Unless
Maybe it was something
unless
else.
it was like the first appearance of Blade, but I don't expect you going for that.
It was cheap enough, so I got it.
Yeah.
All right, so I picked up this back issue of Strange Academy. This is the second printing, number 1.
Nice.
Yeah. And it came with this. This was a part of a stack that I bought, Non-Stop Spider-Man, Scotty Young version. Not a Scotty Young fan, but it was part of the stack that came with this slab, which was completely awesome. It's a black and white one. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Who's the artist on that?
is that Delotto?
No, it's Masterazzo. Masterazzo. Mastrazzo. Masterazzo.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah,
So-
that's super cool.
Yep, that came in that stack, so I had to get that. So I'm not sure if I showed these last week, but I'm gonna just show them really quick. I got Phantom Stranger,
Nice.
number 1,
Number 1, Volume 2, number 1.
and I also got a West Coast Avengers number 1 as an 8.0.
Nice.
Beautiful.
That's cool.
I think
All right,
I
so
got
that's
a 7, solid 7 on the wall.
What was the grade on the Phantom Stranger?
4.0.
Nice. That's still respectable. BG.
Yeah, it is. It's
No,
what year was that book? That book was 69. This book came out 5 months before I was born.
I was 5 years old.
So that's all I have, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Dan, you're gonna go up, buddy.
All right. Well, I don't have any back issues. I just got weekly pulls.
That's fine.
I got Superman. Was it 15? Yeah, 15.
House of Brainiac.
Yeah, it's been a cool storyline.
I've enjoyed it.
Also got the Green Arrow 13, and I don't care what that guy on the comic review Facebook site says. Like, Green Arrow's been kicking ass. I really been digging it. So hopefully, whenever the new writer takes over, that it keeps going well.
Yeah, it's a good
Obviously,
story.
there's only going
I
to be
like it.
7 issues to start.
What'd you say?
I said obviously it is because originally it was supposed to be only 7 issues.
Yeah, it was only going to be a mini series, and then they extended it, and they made it an ongoing. And now Williamson said that he's leaving, so that's why I say whoever takes over, I hope they're able to keep it, keep the quality going. I got Detective 1086, which
Yeah, I like it.
cover with all the like the Joker.
Grins in the back.
Yeah, great cover. Hate that.
Also got the Absolute Power Ground Zero. And again, the same guy that was complaining about Green Arrow was complaining about this.
Oh yeah, he was talking about how Waller, like, it made no sense for her to do what she's doing, and I'm like, sit down.
Yeah, like, how would they, complaining about the Batman robot thing and who the hell is Dreamer and this? I'm like, you know what? I vaguely know who the Dreamer character is. I didn't watch the Supergirl show or read the couple books she's been in, but I know who she is. But I'm like, you know what? That's the cool thing about big crossovers like this is, yeah, you're gonna get the Trinity in it. You're gonna get the big guns that are part of it, but you're also gonna have all of these, second and third tier characters that are gonna be in it, and they're gonna find a couple of them that are gonna be integral to the story, and that's the cool part about these big crossovers. Because if it was only like the big A-list characters, it would get kind of boring, I think.
I agree with that. I agree with that completely.
Yeah. You got to shine the spotlight on someone other than Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I agree.
This just came back this week, so I got it's been on hiatus for a while. So Department of Truth, number 23.
Yeah, actually, Litho messaged me about that one, telling me that I should pick it up and trade.
Yeah, I love the story. I'm not a huge fan of the artwork, but the artwork does fit with the story.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely, Snoop.
Yep.
Very much so.
Oh yeah,
Yes, Bougie. Yep, it's true too.
Yeah, you want to talk about love for B and C list characters? That's everybody on the station here will just if we all listed our top 10 favorite characters, probably at least 6 or 7 in everybody's list would be what's considered B and C list characters.
Yeah, 100%. I got got Blue Devil #1 hanging up. Like it's like my second issue on the wall, and it just comes down to that. Like
Hey,
people
there's
want
nothing.
to shit on him all the time, and we
Dan
love
Cassidy
them.
needs some love too.
Yeah.
Let's do.
Also got Void Rivals #10
Cool.
and World Tree #11.
Dude, I can't talk about how good that series is. Like, it has not, like, it was supposed to be 6 issues with a cliffhanger where it could be open, and then they picked it up, and it's just been steadily staying the same, and it's amazing.
Yeah, we can't forget the F list.
No, can't forget the effort.
That was the reason to be at the podcast.
Chris, Blue and Gold, Booster and Beetle, or
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big
classic. Bring back
Sleepwalker.
Sleepwalker. That's a blast from the past.
But
But
that had a thing in, what was it, King in Black? He came back?
a little bit, I think. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't 8 Ball's first appearance was in Sleepwalker, like issue 2 or 3, wasn't it?
I think it was Hulk 180.
There you go.
I thought it was 181.
There's
We
180.
can argue this one.
It's definitely one of those two.
Yeah,
We are-
it has to be.
As far as obscure characters are going, I hear in the Absolute Power that I believe Airwave is going to make an appearance, and that's
Wow.
that is a obscure character.
Yeah. You guys also got Red Coat #3
Good one.
and
Always hungry.
this #3.
Mm-hmm. Looks so good. 180.1. There you go.
Also got the
Thanks, DJ.
new Something is Killing the Children #38, but I splurged and spent the extra $2 on the 5-year foil variant.
Yes,
That's
that was
neat.
amazing. My shop didn't have that. I'm ordering it though.
Yeah, I saw it on the shelf. They had two copies of it on the shelf, and I debated about it, but I was like, it's $2. It's whatever, and $2 extra.
Airwave is awesome, Chris.
Yeah.
Resurrection Man's New 52 run. Mwah.
I have both volumes of Resurrection Man. I like both of them. I really did.
Also got G.I. Joe 307.
Oh, it's a great cover.
And like I said, I'm also looking for the
Now, just to ask, because I was thinking about jumping into G.I. Joe, where's a good place to start? Not like saying now, I mean like older issues. Like what's a run that I should to start?
I'd have to think about that because it's been the same writer for every issue for 307 issues.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a storyline to jump into.
Around the time that they did the silent issue, when they kind of started delving into Snake Eyes' origin, I can't remember the issue numbers, but there's the one. It was like a 2-part story where it kind of dove into Snake Eyes' origin with him and Stalker and Storm Shadow, how they served in Vietnam together, and it's and the one cover has got like a file folder kind of thing looking on it, says top secret, and then the second the issue after it is like Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes fighting on a metro train and knocking each other off of it. That was a pretty good storyline. There was the storyline, a 3-parter in the 90s issues, like 91, 92, 93 or something, where it was you finally got to see Snake Eyes' face behind the mask, and he was getting the plastic surgery to get it fixed, and then got it ruined again, like 1 issue later by Cobra. There was some.
Because I want to get into that, and I want to pick up more Transformers because now I'm obviously I'm in it.
And there was issues in the early hundreds for G.I. Joe. There were a couple issues where they just mass killed off a dozen Joes. Literally they had Assault Viper They had a bunch of them captured, and they just had them in this big pit in the desert where they were holding them. And the Saw Viper just got a machine gun and just started mowing them down. And then it went into a couple issues where they were just dropping them like flies.
All right, I'm going to look into it.
I remember being a kid and reading that and being like, it's like, I can't, they killed him and him. Like, oh my God. On to Marvel, I got Ultimate Black Panther #5. As far as jumping into Transformers, that'd be a bit easier because it's not the same ongoing for Marvel, like, because Marvel had the G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, and then IDW kept it going when they got it, and now Image has kept it going. So, that's 300 plus issues. With Transformers, it's a little easier because there was the 80s issues, the 80 issues for Marvel, and then that was it. And then every company has just had their
set of issues.
Their set of issues. They haven't had anything continuing past them.
Okay.
Union Jack the Ripper #2.
Love the cover.
Yeah, because I like Union Jack, and it seems like it's once every 10 years I'll actually get a story with him in it.
I like the story enough. The inside art is killing me, but
Yeah, I haven't read this issue yet, but it's not great.
Not good.
But again, how often do I get a Union Jack story? Not often.
You'd rather you got to get your Union Jack on when you can.
Yeah. I really get the Union Jack off every
That's right.
few issues.
Also got the Vengeance of Moon Knight number 6.
Yep. Top heavy cap. There you go.
Don't you dare.
That's right. That's right. They did
like
that
Uncle Gary getting all the Swamp Thing 9s. Hagen has every issue of that.
And what Bougie said, I'm working on rebuilding my G.I. Joe collection because I didn't have a complete run, but I had a really nice run, and then long time ago I sold it, and now the prices being what they are, it's going to be hard to replace some of those books. Like, I don't see myself getting a copy of issue 1 again. And then those late books in the Marvel series are really expensive too because the print run was so low by the time that they canceled the book. X-Men 97 #4, last issue of it. There's another one. I picked it up just because of the Todd Nauck covers. I also like the cartoon, but it's one of those ones where they try to make the interior art look like the cartoon, but it just doesn't look as good as the animation. So
I still like that kind of. It just reminds me of like that growing up cartoonish style.
But that's the last issue of it. Also got last issue Superior Spider-Man #8. The last issue of this miniseries, the Black Widow Hawkeye #4.
Yeah.
Was that worth getting?
It was a good read. I enjoyed it. I hadn't read much. I haven't really read anything with Black Widow since she got the symbiote, so it was cool reading it with this, and it's cool. There's a part in this issue where something happens and they get separated, and then the symbiote actually goes on to Hawkeye, and then he has the symbiote for a couple pages.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Daredevil #10. Interior artwork is much better than this atrocious cover.
I like the idea of the cover.
Yeah, I was talking with the guy at this, with Obi at the shop. I was like, I just can't stand Ramita's artwork, and he said it's funny because all the people that come in the shop, they either hate John Romita's artwork or they absolutely love it. He's like, there's no in between. There's no people that are just like, I don't really care about it. It's like people either love it or they hate it. And I'm like, well, I am firmly in the hate it camp. Then the last one, I got the red band variant for Blood Hunt #4, which I did read this one. And of the 4 issues that have come out for this so far, I think this was the best one.
Okay.
Because I thought the storyline's been somewhat. I thought the series has been somewhat lackluster to this point, but that issue I kind of enjoyed, and it has.
And we got some answers too.
Yeah, I got some answers. So the thing going on, not to spoil anything, but the thing going on with Blade, you find out what it is, and it was actually a callback to one of his series from the '90s.
Yep.
Which I thought was was pretty cool that they, that they're actually going back to something that was somewhat established before.
All right.
That's it for me this week.
That's it for you. All right, Hagen.
All right. Well,
brother.
I feel like I almost have to apologize because as far as new books go, I've got precious little, and the pull list that I have, I pick up so infrequently that my pull list becomes back issues. Just because my LCS is 45 minutes away and I'm a lazy piece of shit. So, but
Yeah,
I do
have 45 minutes away too, man. I live in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin.
Yeah,
so I
absolutely.
know that pain.
But I do have some stuff, and I do have a couple back issues, and I'll just show you some series that I've been reading. So I have recently picked up. I think this is my most recent pickup. This is Captain America number 10. They started a new series, and I wanted to have all of them. I liked where it started off. I don't know if I really enjoy where it's going necessarily, but I haven't actually given this one a read yet because I've been catching up on like old stuff that I really want to read, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But Captain America number 10.
It does seem to be dragging on a little bit. Like I agree because he's also my favorite character too. I know he's yours.
I was wondering if you were going to say anything about this.
Yeah, it started off really great. The first storyline,
the first arc was really good. The first arc was really good.
Yeah, but the second arc that's continued it is a little. It seems un-Captain America like to me.
Yep.
Yeah. It kind of feels like a departure, but
it's not that it's
this
bad,
far into
it's just,
so
it's
a little too mystical for Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like him as like a more down-to-earth character. And side note, why do we have to keep changing his shield? He had like the energy shield, and then Steve came in and he had that triangle shield with lasers on it. Like
I love Steve.
Just keep it the damn same. That's all I want. Anyway, sorry. Pull list that becomes back issues. Avengers Twilight number 6.
That's good. Love this series.
I loved this series. It was so good.
Yeah.
You gotta talk to my girl, man, because he hates this series.
I love it.
She does not like it one bit.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
She's reading it. She's like, I could live better not reading this, and I'm like, oh shit.
And I'm not really a fan of Acuna's artwork. I've never liked it that much, but don't
worry, there's gonna be a review by her on this series.
Yeah, see, when I saw that the cover art was done by Alex Ross, and I actually like Acuna's art, so when I saw that, I knew that I wanted to pick this up, and then it was a dystopian fascist future and a really good character dive on each of these characters, and it has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it's all very satisfying. I just really enjoyed this. This was one that I picked up the first 5 all in one go. Because they were sitting in my pull box for like a week or for like a couple months actually, and then immediately when that one came out, I ran up to my LCS after work because I had to finish the story. It's really hard to make Red Skull super cool, and they made Red Skull super cool. Next
I'll do
up,
the review with Precious. I'll be like, I loved it. She'll go, I hated it. Like, all right, we'll get some 2 disparities in rankings.
Yeah.
Well, that'll probably be the one you and her do because she's got everyone on tap to at least do one besides you.
All right. So next up are these. I was really excited when the new Transformer series came out and read the first one and was immediately hooked and knew that I had to get the rest of them.
Yes.
They really, really get Optimus Prime's character right, and I haven't read the most recent one. but I did read the one. I think it's the one before it. Yeah, my favorite Transformers are Soundwave and Ultra Magnus, and we've gotten a lot of really good Soundwave, and I hope that we get some Ultra Magnus in here. But I've really been enjoying this, and I didn't know that this was coming out until I picked up Void Rivals. But I actually took that off of my pull list because I liked Void Rivals as its own story, but then when it got branched into like the Transformers universe, for some reason I lost interest. It was more fascinating to me as like a standalone thing. I might end up adding it back, but I kind of don't pick up new issues because they're $4 to $5 a piece.
Right.
And if I get 4 of them, that's one like low grade Silver Age book that I can't get. And I have like a set budget that I have every week of what I can spend on comics, and I enjoy the charm of older books more, and generally you can find new back issues in comic shops bins for cheaper, like a month later, and that's what I tend to do. That's how I tend to pick them up, unless it's a series that I really want to read.
That Transformers one has so many. Like every issue has at least one really awesome fanboy service scene in it. Like, yeah, it's Optimus Prime putting on Megatron's arm with the cannon. It's like, and
yeah, there was one panel in it was either the first or second issue. I think it was the first or second issue, where Optimus Prime's charging into battle, transforms, and then the panel has like what the song is in the background.
Yeah.
And I heard "You Got the Touch" in my ear. It was gorgeous. It was just absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I brought that up on here the week that came out, and I held it up. I was like, "That's so cool!" And I started hearing the song dun, 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 in my head. Yeah, the new issue was cool. It's got I like how they're mixing in all of like the big time Transformers while also having for Generation 1, while also having some of the lesser known ones that, like, if you're a Transformers fan, who some of these ones, like, who Alita 1 is in some of these. Mm-hmm. But if you're a casual fan, then you're not going to know. They have had like the little bit of Ultra Magnus stuff in the past few issues, like, but nothing big yet. But I feel like it's coming.
I hope it is. I hope it's like a Chekhov's gun situation where they've shown it and then later we're going to have to get more of it. But yeah, I'm not normally one for shameless cash grabs. Like, I'm not a big fan of like forcibly rare variants. But when shameless cash grabs appeal to me as a child, then I'm all for that, because this was in my pull box last time I was there.
That is an amazing series.
I did not expect this to be good. I expected to see the Justice League fighting Godzilla and fighting Kong. I didn't actually expect to enjoy the story. So this was a very pleasant
surprise. And everybody else, it was just perfect.
Yeah, I love this, and I mean, we got to see Superman fight a giant lizard. Like,
yeah.
What more do you
Aquaman
really
chained his ass up to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
He's like, "You're staying here."
All right, and so I've got 2 back issues that I picked up this week, and they are these. This is Batman number 36 and 37. Do you guys know anything about these?
Yes, that's leading up to the wedding.
The date.
And then that's the date, isn't it? Yeah.
The double date issue is great.
Yeah, so
with Superman and Lois.
Yeah. This first one is Superman is like butthurt that Batman didn't send him an invitation to his wedding. And Batman is having a conversation with Catwoman about why he didn't send an invitation. And so you see these 2 conversations going in parallel, Batman with Catwoman and Lois Lane with Superman. And they're having these conversations like while they're kicking the shit out of villains, like not paying attention to them at all. And they end up meeting up like comically, like Batman's descending an elevator cable and Superman is coming up an elevator with Lois Lane. And they sort of pause there awkwardly and they're like, do you want to go do lunch or something? And so then the next issue was this. And this is the reason why I picked both of these up. A couple months ago, I saw on like Reddit or something a single comic panel of Batman and Superman in a batting cage. And I was like, where is that from? I need to see what that's from. And so I saw that they were on a double date. The conceit here is that they go on a date to a carnival, and it's superhero night. But they don't want to wear their costumes because they look too similar to themselves. So they switch. And you actually see Clark Kent wearing Batman's costume, but he has his glasses over the top of it. And they go to a batting cage, and they're just talking about their relationship, talking about the wedding that's coming up. And the book ends with them going to a baseball diamond and Batman smacking the shit out of a pitch thrown by Superman. There's not a ton of like action in this book. There's not a fight or anything like that, but I love superheroes doing mundane things. Like the Justice League has fought Darkseid a billion times. The Avengers have fought Kang a billion times. But if I see Batman and Superman on a date, not with each other, or maybe with each other, but if I see Batman and Superman on a double date, or if I see, Captain America eating spaghetti out of his shield, like that's something that I haven't seen before. That's the kind of stuff that like really pricks my ear up. Not to say that I don't love the action stuff. I do, but it's really like fun and whimsical, and I just really enjoy it. So
Speaking
I knew
of
that
pricks,
I had to pick those up.
It wasn't, and it wasn't just
speaking of pricks, when Catwoman and Lois changed costumes, that was pretty freaking hot.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say it wasn't just Batman and Superman switching them.
Yeah,
So you had the fan service of Lois Lane in a Catwoman outfit, and then Catwoman walks up to that poor ticket attendant, and he's like, "Ma'am, you're not wearing a costume," and she just like meows in his ear, and he's like, "You can go on through." So it's just great stuff.
I agree with you, Pam. I was actually just talking with someone. I took my daughter to a birthday party today and was talking to the mom of the kid whose party it was, and I was saying, that's why it's because I told her like for free comic book day afterwards, like a week or two after, I'll go and get a stack of a bunch of the free books, and I've said it on here before, and I'll give them away to kids that are trick or treating for Halloween. And they always get excited for it. And I was like, it's got to be, you got to do something to get kids into it now, because when I was younger, one way you get into is like you said, 7-Elevens, grocery stores, gas stations. You could go and pick comics up off the rack. You can't do that anymore. So now if you want to get them, you have to specifically go to a comic shop. But people that are casually interested aren't going to go to a comic shop. But a little kid that's at the grocery store with his parents that sees an issue of Spider-Man on a spinner rack in the magazine section is gonna be like, Mom, get this for me. That's what's gonna, that could be the thing that gets them interested in it.
That's why it's a shame that the Walmart comic line didn't go any further, because that's where you get people. Yeah.
I was just about to say that. Like, that's why the Toys R Us packs and the Walmart packs are so important, because those kids are already there. And then if they see, even if you're not a comic book fan, like you've seen Batman, you've seen Superman, you know who Spider-Man is. Like, so it might actually entice people to join the hobby. I really enjoy seeing comic book shops in like malls and stuff, because to me, it just makes it more accessible. Because the way that I started collecting comics was my dad. You guys did an episode on Sergeant Rock. And that was really important to me, because my dad is an immigrant, and he learned how to speak English from reading Sergeant Rock comic books that he bought at the Stars and Stripes convenience store. And so he used to take me to comic book shops and would give me like $10 and would say like, go hog wild. And so I would immediately go to the dollar bins because I could get 10 books for $10. And but a lot of people don't have that sort of connection. So for it to be out in like a public place, or for libraries to carry graphic novels and trade paperbacks and stuff, I think that's super important.
Do you get any Sergeant Rock books, or do you have any in your collection?
All the ones that I've gotten, I've given to my dad.
Okay, so you've given to your dad. Okay, because I just think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Chris, you're right. It is a fantastic story. For you and your dad to have that Sergeant Rock connection, that's got to be pretty cool for you to get them and pass them on to him.
I believe a couple years ago, I don't remember the issue that it was, but a couple years ago, I bought him the Sergeant Rock issue that came out in November of 1964, which is his birthday. And
nice.
he cracked it open immediately and read it. He didn't care that it was like Silver Age. He and
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
don't really care about that. So that was a really meaningful gift for him, and I enjoyed being able to do that. But I am planning on getting more Sergeant Rock in my collection. I just have some goals that are ahead of that.
So what
But
year
yeah,
was your dad
definitely
born? What'd you say?
64.
64. So was I, my friend. He and I both will turn 60 this year.
Dad?
Yeah, your dad and I will both turn 60 this year. So
Yeah, I'll be sure to remind him of that.
good. Yeah, hey, absolutely. It's a badge of honor, I'm sure. But that's still, and we're the last year of the baby boomers. So there you go.
Yeah. I have 2 trades to show you guys as well. The first one I bought, but I didn't buy it for me, and I didn't buy it for me recently, but I did read it recently. My wife has excellent taste, except for her taste in men, because her recent obsession as far as comic books go is this.
Nice.
Something is Killing the Children. You guys
Good
showed
book.
Something is Killing the Children 38, I think. And that is in my pull box right now. I have to go pick it up for her. But I got this for her because it was on the recommendation of the local comic shop employee, and she's into stuff like this. She's not into superheroes like I am, but I got this for her, God, probably a year ago at this point, and we've been getting issues since then, just like floppies, but also the trades so that she can read them like on the couch and she doesn't have to worry about tearing them up. But I never cracked it open. I never gave it a read because I didn't think it would be my thing. But I got bored one day and cracked this one open. And then I spent 5 hours reading all of them. I spent 5 hours reading all of them from volume 1 to volume 7. And it's just,
It's
like,
addicting.
my
so
God,
good.
it's just amazing.
I
And so
own that
now,
trade and haven't read it yet. So all my buddies are telling me, read it, read it, read it. Everybody here at the station. So I'll get around to it one of these days. But you're another, you're another proof of it. Yep.
Read the first one. If you don't like the first one, don't keep reading it. But you'll like the first one.
Oh yeah, I've got it. I've got it sitting on the shelf. Just haven't read it yet. So I look forward to it.
Once I got on it, it was like an addiction. Like I needed the rest.
Yeah. This trade came in for me yesterday, and I am halfway through it. I've been more of a collector than I have been a reader for the past few years, just because I haven't had the time. I was a student, then I was a teacher, and now I finally have some time to actually do some reading. But even the stuff that I had read, it's been like 80s, 70s, 80s Captain America, because that's what I could find in dollar bins, and that's what I already had. So I haven't read a lot of the seminal works, and I've wanted to start doing that. One of the trades that I have actually on my dresser right now is Alan Moore's Swamp Thing Volume 2, because I read through the first one in a night because I couldn't put it down. So I got Volume 2. And the next thing that I wanted to get was this. This is Sandman Book 1. It's like the first 20 issues, I think. And there is one comic panel in here that actually almost made me jump out of my skin. Let me see if I can find it in a timely fashion. But I was just stunned by this.
What's up, Richard? Thanks for jumping in, bud.
Well,
there we go. So it's like this sequence here. I don't know if you can see that on this page, but I read that. That's in the second book. Just amazing, and this is really told me that I want to collect the actual books of Sandman.
Yeah.
I've got number 2 up here. I picked that up.
I saw your video where you just got it.
Yeah, because the only thing that I don't like about this, I used to think that reading trade paperbacks and reading the comic books were close enough. This kind of proved to me that they're not, because this is so thick. You can't see really the very, very inside of these pages is kind of covered up because it doesn't bend enough. So it takes more effort to pull the book apart and actually read it. And I'm not a super huge fan of that. So I need to get the actual floppy issues of this, but I am that far through it and don't see myself stopping anytime soon.
Good.
But yeah, that's what I
Mark-
got, fellas.
I think that that volume should have the Midsummer Night's Dream issue.
It
That
does.
is my favorite Sandman story of all time. I love it. Love it.
It
love
won
lot of
it won
awards,
a
too.
fantasy award, didn't
It
it?
sure did. It sure did. It was really great. And I had done, it dealt a lot with Midsummer Night's Dream, the play, and I was in that play, so that had more resonance to me also. So so I really absolutely loved it. So
Yeah, I'm really really enjoying it.
good deal.
You're not gonna show off the big book that you just did the video for?
I can't actually. I have been on my presser's waiting list for months and months, and I didn't want to lose my spot in line, so I had to go ahead and send it off to him. But as soon as I get it back, I will show it off again because I'm never going to stop talking about that book.
What book is it? What'd you get?
Avengers #4.
Oh, good job. Excellent.
Yep. I got it for
Very
it's
nice.
a low grade copy, 1.8, 2.0, but the colors look really good, and I don't care.
Congrats.
Yeah. And I got it for $500 at Heroes Con, so
Nice.
I can't really be upset about that.
Well, that's a good deal. Did you have a good time at Heroes?
I had a great time. It was the best con that I've been to, bar none.
Heroes is very much like Baltimore, where it's about the books and it's about the creators. And that's the kind of con I love. So Heroes Con is aces. So as a matter of fact, Baltimore modeled itself after Heroes. Mark Nathan and is it Stewart that runs Heroes? Well, the fellow that runs Heroes, Mark and he knew each other for years, and Mark kind of modeled his con after Heroes. So good deal.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, congratulations. That's a big deal. That's a big boy book there, buddy.
Yeah. I told him I messaged him. Yeah, I left a comment on his video, but I had to message him separately too. I was like, I'm so jealous. I was like, that's one of the ones I'm hoping to pick up at Baltimore, and like that's an excellent price for it.
Yeah, I thought it was a great price, and I knew that it was going to be a book that I was happy with. Like, even though it's a low grade one, I don't care about upgrading it at all. Like, I love Silver Age books that have character. Like if I see a 9.8 book from 1964, it kind of makes me like a little sad. Whereas like the book that I have, it's got like wear on the bottom spine. And you can tell it's from where like somebody was reading it and it was like resting on their lap, and the ink sort of wore off. And I think that's just super characterful, and it shows me that the book has lived a little bit. So yeah, I'm just super thrilled with it.
I love your philosophy on that.
Yeah.
You're an old soul of a comic collector, my friend.
Mm.
Well, it saves me quite a bit of cash too. So
Absolutely, my friend.
Saving cash is good.
absolutely.
Listen, for key books, if you can find a defect in it that brings the price down, there's nothing wrong with that, buddy.
Yep.
Just like buying dented cans at the Safeway.
Yeah. And there is going to be a time where like, you know, in 40, 50 years, I don't want my kids to be like, you didn't buy a comic book because it had a tear on the cover and now it's worth $10,000. What the hell were you thinking with the tear? Or it's like some kid wrote his name on the back. Why do you give a damn? Like, no, I mean, that's just really nice to me. There are some people that hate date stamps on books, and I don't understand that at all. I love seeing a date stamp where like this was on a newsstand somewhere, some kid picked it up, loved it, read it, and now I've got it and I'm going to take care of it for as long as I can.
My Brave and the Bold 28 has got December 29th, 1959 stamped on it, and it is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, love that.
I've got a couple books that have.
Oh, are you ready?
I'm ready, baby. Anytime you are.
Right. Thank you, Hagen. That was
Good job, Hagen. Loved it. And congratulations on the Avengers 4, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yep. Let's start off with the books that I have not read yet, because I've actually read some of the recent books here. But the ones I haven't read, Batman, Brave and the Bold, 14. So I'm enjoying this book. It's, a bit of an anthology. Did any of y'all read Jurassic League?
Yes.
No.
It's kind of fun, right? It was fun.
Sad.
It was fun. in this is the second part of it where Booster went back in time, interacted with the Jurassic League in a screwed up time. So it's pretty good. It's
I just
pretty
want
good.
that issue for
Of course
Jurassic.
he did. Of course Booster screwed up time.
What was it? Daniel Warren Johnson did that one, didn't he?
Yes. Rook, I can't wait to read this one. Can't wait to read Redcoat. And I like that Redcoat is a dick. I like that he's a bit of a dick. So that's part of his appeal. You know?
I liked in the second issue where they said, where he said something to him like, "So you're still wearing that coat?" And he's like, "Yeah, it takes a lot of, had to repair it a lot over the years."
Yeah.
Well, I like the fact that he's always hungry.
Yeah.
I said too. It's like he's in the middle of a fight. He's like, I could eat right now.
Yeah, I could eat right now. Helverine too. I haven't read that yet. We'll see. Ultimate Panther 5. Got that. Let's see. Again, the Spider-Men 4, and the great homage to George Perez, and we've already established Marvel Team Up 65, Captain Britain's first U.S. appearance. Not first appearance, first U.S. appearance. Superior Spider-Man 8, last issue. I have enjoyed this series. Daredevil, again, the cover is a bit of a dog, but
The story in that, it was a good issue.
Yeah. Animal Pound. I read the first issue. I haven't read the others, but I'm still going to get it. And a book I'm really looking forward to reading. Creature from the Black Lagoon, baby.
Nice.
All about my monsters. Love my monsters. Gotta have them.
Those have some great covers.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt, they have some great covers. All right, so we get into the books I've read, but before I get into the books I've read, I'm going to get into a book that it's a bit of a back issue, and I just read it though. You all know I like the hard case books. I like crime. I like noir. Noir burlesque.
Oh, nice.
So good. So freaking good. This is beautiful. Marini is the writer and the artist. What's his first name? Enrico Marini. So sounds like somebody might be related to Sal. So it's great stuff.
Oh,
that's cool.
Is that through the whole book? Is just the rest that pop?
Yes. So
I like that.
So good. Want to see nudity? We got some nudity in here too. No nudity in here, but still pretty saucy. Got good. Trying to see if I can find a great violent page for you. Saucy.
That's the word of the day.
There you go. Got some good violence. Got some shoot 'em up. Oh, here we go. There we go.
Fantastic.
Yeah. We got a little bit of violence going on there.
Nice.
So
Getting a haircut there.
yeah, somebody got his wig split. Here's a great back cover.
Oh.
So for those of you like noir, crime, this is like late 40s, early 50s. So good, so fun. Love it, love it, love it. So
do we get cheesy noir one-liners?
Oh yeah, you get some great tough guy one-liners in here too. You get a lot of attitude. There
was a series. I think it was 10 issues.
Look at that.
Oh, that looks cool.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Look how badass that is.
I had a hole in my second favorite drinking arm.
Yeah, exactly. This is just good stuff, man. Just the classic tough guys. So if you're a fan of that.
Yup.
If you're a fan of that, what? We have to know.
Yeah.
Oh, he froze.
Oh.
That's a perfect. We should screenshot that right now.
I'm doing it.
That's our thumbnail for the show, right there. Boom.
I just want it just for blackmail.
Gary loves to do the dramatic exit.
He's back. There we go. Uncle Gary's back. I think.
He's back.
We're back?
He's back.
All right, there we go. All right. So yeah, I talked too much about that book, and they told me I got to stop talking about it, because the mob plays hardball. All right.
I was going to ask. There was a series you might like. I don't know if you read it. It came out, I want to say like a year or two ago from Image. It was like an old kind of crime noir book called The Good Asian. I think it was.
You know what? Rob talked about it. I did not read The Good Asian.
I've read the
that.
first 2 issues. It's really good.
Yeah, okay, I'll get the trade on that and read that because man, I'm a sucker for the good, the good crime story. Anything Brubaker does, I am down for. For those of you who haven't read The Fade Out, that is one of the greatest graphic novels I've ever read, and that is amazing.
And I was gonna say the cool thing about The Good Asian is it takes place back then, but it takes place in San Francisco, and the main character is is an immigrant, but he's from Hawaii, but he's but like his family was originally Japanese and having to to deal with everything that was going on in that time while investigating this murder too, that for a family he's connected to. It was really good. I think you dig it.
Okay, yeah, I will give that. I will look for that trade then. Yeah, Black Widow and Hawkeye. The Fade Out, Chris is. I know you'll agree with me. That's one of the greatest graphic novels ever. The Fade Out is phenomenal. Wolverine, Magic 4 Nights, the final issue of that. It was okay. Love the cover, love the character. Art's not doing it for me, but you know what? I'm sticking in there. Midnight Suns 2. I'm not getting all the Blood Hunt stuff, but I'm getting what I can. I'm getting some of them that appeal to me. Number 4, the regular issue. I do have the bagged one that I didn't grab from the box. It's still there, but I haven't been opening them. Penguin, the regular cover for number 11. Batman is not really a good guy in this book. Batman is a dick in this book.
Yes.
So not the Penguin's good, but Batman is a dick. There you go, a Harley cover that's reminiscent of the
first time Tim became
Batman.
Robin.
Yep.
That Perez cover.
Yep, absolutely. So there's a Superman House of Brainiac, part 6. Here's part 5. All right. Here's part 5. Here's Power Girl 10. I am really not digging the way she's characterized in this. Paige, whoever it's just not the Power Girl that I'm used to. But
the jacket is stupid.
But I'm buying the alternate covers because, a blonde with a rack like that has got my attention. So there you go. Love that cover. So I'll continue to get it.
The jackets they told her to cover up.
Yeah.
You got to give her the cape back. The jacket's so dumb.
Yeah, I think so too. Detective Comics, A cover. Green Arrow. Again, like this book a lot. Ground Zero. Waller. Waller's more extreme than I think Waller would. I mean, I think it's a bit much for me too. How far she's gone on this. That she's doing deals with Trigon. Come on, man.
I keep having this feeling that they're going to get to the end of the series, and they're gonna reveal like somebody has taken her place or somebody's taken over, and I'm like, I really hope they don't. Like, let this be her arc.
Yeah, well, if it is, like I said, she's a higher level villain than the Flash, regular cover, and I'm with you guys. This book has not been good, so not been good. I got Zatanna, Bring Down the House.
Yeah, let me know.
Cover. Like it.
Yeah, they were sold out of it at the shop when I went to pick it up.
And here's gotta have the Pam. I am just a slave to my the things I like. And if you show me a boob window, I'm window shopping, baby. So there you go.
Oh, you did get the D cover.
Yep. Great Zatanna.
Nice.
D cover. Yep.
I think there's going to be a foil cover to that. I think I got
there
that
is?
foil cover. Yeah, there we go.
Nice. Is that it? Woo.
Yeah, because I've got that coming.
Sal just doesn't. He's impatient.
Yep. And
I wanted
that's
to get the sketch cover for it because I actually had a pretty good idea of something I would do on it. And when I went to reserve it, I just got the message like, "Oh, it's too late. I didn't order this." And, shit. Okay.
If we have any left, I'll grab one for you. We did have some of the sketch covers.
Thank you.
All right, I got a few back issues. I've got I'm putting together the original Happy Meal. There you go. Motor boating with that Happy Meal. There you go. I got Wonder Woman 258. So I've got maybe a dozen more of these to get, and I'll have Wonder Woman 198 to 23 is where that stopped at.
Yes.
There's Wonder Woman 250. So
Nice.
both of these, this is a Buckler and Giordano cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this is an Adam Hughes cover. The A1 True Life Bikini Confidential from 1990. It's got a Betty Page story in here. So Mr. Monster in here. So it's a great Adam Hughes cover. A lot of fun. Nice tan lines there. Great placement of the shades and the jacket there. So you don't get the naughty bits. So it's from 1990. That book is old.
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Yeah.
I didn't quite hear you.
What was I talking? Here we go.
Hagen's waiting for you to freeze again, just like that.
Yeah, it's just,
There are worse ways to freeze. Look at that. Nice. Adam Hughes, Dave Stevens is
Hagen's writing it down right now like Musket.
who's writing it?
I said Hagen's writing it like
There
Musket.
you go. Yeah, what a prize with the Happy Meal. There you go. And the book that I entered on purpose to be my 60th, 1000th book. What could be, of course, it would have to be since my Genesis book is Justice League of America 111, it had to be a JLA book. And it had to have a couple cool characters on here. The Spectre and Eclipso. This is a B cover that I never got. So,
I had that one.
Yep. So I just
that's cool.
Yep. So I had the whole run. I just didn't get this B cover. So
We talked about that on the top 10.
Yep. Absolutely. So there we go. Justice League of America, volume, 2, number 57. Great Eclipso cover. And, Eclipso, you might see him later on. And Spectre duking it out. Eclipso is such a great villain. But that was entered as my 60,000th book. So there are my back issues. There are my polls. Je suis fini for that.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing something a little bit different. Hagen's here, so it's actually a big change. We're not ending the show by any means, so
Don't go anywhere.
We're gonna put our new intro in for Uncle Gary's showcase, because from now on these Comics Unleashed episodes are strictly going to be live, but you can see Uncle Gary still live, but also edited for his own show coming soon.
Coming soon.
So,
but you get to see what's going to be live.
Yeah. So, Sal, you want to throw on his intro and then have Uncle Gary give us the spiel on what we're doing today?
Of course. Stand by in 3, 2.
Just a couple zeros off. Oh, so good. What a great intro that the wonderful technicians here at the Codex Station have made for me. And I love the comics they showed. Of course, I own every issue. But to end it with JLA 111, my Genesis book. Thank you. That's very good. So today, I said today's showcase would be a secret. And what do I mean by that? Well, if it's going to be a secret, of course it has to be House of Secrets. Here we go. This is House of Secrets, number 1, 1956. Thank you. House of 1956. I finished this title. I completed it a year ago, and it was a pretty big job. I had 81 up. I have every Bronze Age DC horror book. So House of Secrets went back to horror with number 81. But I decided, you know what, I can get the previous 80 issues, and that's what I did, and I worked on it. And the 50s DC books are not easy to find, not easy to get. So started off, House of Secrets 1, my lovely wife had got this for me for a gift, and then I just went on a tear from there. So House of Secrets 1, cool cover, great mystery book. This is in the code. So I'm going to show you something you don't normally see. I'm going to show you the first 10 issues nonstop. So there's two. Two's a little beat, but you know what? I've got it. So I
love the logo on the colors on the logo on that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is number 3. Three's got a few issues too. I mean,
got a little bit of love. That's all it needs.
It's been loved. A little bit of chipping there. 4 is in great shape. Got a little fade at the top, but it's in really good
nice.
shape.
Look how crisp that looks.
Yep. So I got a little fade at the top.
And it is. We want to do justice for Uncle Gary.
Thank you, SideQuest. Really cool. Here's issue 5. Yeah.
Is that Lex Luthor?
Yes. He went into the barbershop and said, "Give me the Luthor." So there
Give me
you
the
go.
Luthor.
Give me the Luthor. All right. And you know what? Gorilla Cell, baby. Gorilla Cell. So that's why number 6 got a gorilla. And the gorilla's saying, "Let me explain." You know, there's a laboratory freak professor. Shoot him before he gets away with the formula. Wait, don't shoot me. Let me explain. And if a gorilla tells you, "Let me explain," I would say you need to listen to that gorilla.
Have you seen No.
A lot more dialogue on the cover of these than most of the.
Well, that's right, because when they went back to horror, they stopped the dialogue. This is in the 50s, where it's dialogue heavy. So there you go. But that's just a cool cover there. Love that. Was that 7? Here's number 8. This is Jack Kirby cover.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, I got a question then. With all
Kirby,
like the House of Secrets, is this one main writer and artist, or is it jump?
It jumps a lot, and because there are more than one story in the book, you get quite a few. And same with the covers. A lot of the covers you jump around. You got Dick Dillon. You got Kirby doing some covers. You got Ayers doing covers. You got Ramon doing covers. You've got quite a few of the guys that were churning out the Silver Age, but they're very, this is just very much 50s stuff. And this is 9. So it's an anthology, and because this was after the Code, see, House of Mystery started before the Comics Code came in, so those were a little more hard-laid, and then the Code came in, and they couldn't, they couldn't be as graphic. They had to tone it down, so they became more, mystery and adventure and things like that with the sci-fi feel. I love that cover. I think that's pretty good. And that's number 10. So those were the first 10. You don't always see those. And after that, I just picked and chose ones I thought that were really cool. So here's 13.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. And so kind of neat. And again, the logo is really cool on these. 13. Here we go. Oh, this one's really good. And there were 4 first appearances in House of Secrets that are notable. So 1 major, a villain, pretty good villain one, a minor, and then so kind of a major villain, and then 2 other characters that are interesting. One is definitely much minor. Tim would love this little flying saucer cover. This is this is a cover that a lot of people
cool.
sought after, because this was in the 50s in the sci-fi craze days.
The man who stole air.
Yep. All right, here we go. Another gorilla cover. Gorilla Genius, Gorilla Cell, baby. I'll have to show you my Strange Adventures Sergeant Gorilla cover. That is really great. Category is humans. You have reached the record $200,000 plateau. Proceed with your question. So there we go. I just think this is a cool cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah,
the logo, cool. how the top it's slanted like the House of Secrets logo is, the top red part. I just think that is really cool.
Yeah, that trade dress is really, really cool.
That's what I was searching for, trade dress. There you go. There's a cool.
Nice.
It's a Dick Dillon cover. Lair of the Dragonfly. So you just had a lot of fantastic creatures. And when we get to 81, that's when it went back to the horror format when DC relaunched the horror line, their horror stuff. Yeah. I just love the colors on that.
Yeah, that is nice.
So these are ones you don't see all the time. Now here we go with our first one of our appearance. This is a character you will know. Yeah, Chris, the very cool. This is Mark Merlin was introduced in there. Yeah, very Twilight Zone. And Mark Merlin was kind of so here we go. Here's the first one, Richard. This is Mark Merlin in issue 23. And he was kind of pretty much a guy that investigated the unusual. So that's what he was. It wasn't like Dr. Occult where it's all occult stuff. Just things were unusual. Could be monsters, could be sci-fi, could be aliens. But Mark Merlin was in the middle of it. So he became the lead character in this book for quite a while. So it wasn't always the cover subject, but he would be one story in this book would be a Mark Merlin subject story. So everything else would be anthology, but you get one Mark Merlin mystery. So I think that's cool. Creature cover. What issue is that? That is 24. Here's 27. Yeah, it's a Dick Dillon.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's pretty. I like that one.
Yeah, so that's a Dick Dillon creature cover. So, Secret of the Fossil.
If you have a lower graded copy, because I'm pretty sure it's an upgraded one, you can send it over. I'll take it.
You want me to do that? Okay, very good. I'll see if I have the lower. And I do have the sickness. I will buy books I already have. 29. Just again, just the crazy creature. Another Mark Merlin. Now this is Mark Merlin on the cover again. So.
I really like that they change up the trade dress to match with like the color palette of the title or of the cover.
Oh, absolutely. DC was a well-oiled machine. Now these are late 50s, getting close to 60, and they were a well-oiled machine. I mean, when they put out a book, they look good. Thank you, SideQuest. So I think I just. They knew what they were doing. They knew what to get the eyes on the on things. Look at the colors on this.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
And it doesn't hurt that most of these are in pretty good shape too. So that makes them pop just a little bit too. So that's 34 plus being in the Gerber bags make everything pretty good. So
just to have those colors and most of them being just flats. It looks amazing with no highlights. It still looks practically like every page pops.
Absolutely, and like I said, at this point, I showed you the first 10 in a row, but we're jumping around here. There's was that 40? Yeah, so here's 40 now. We're at 40. So now we're like at 61, 62. But just the weird creatures. This is what the books House of Mystery and House of Secrets were both into at the time. Plus, DC had Strange Adventures. They had Mystery in the Space. So, very much they had the unexpected, Tales of the Unexpected. So here's a great dinosaur cover.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So 41. The black on there looks really good. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, having those books in a Mylar adds like a grade and a half for sure.
Oh, dude. These Gerber bags, man, they're one of the best investments I ever made for my collection. And for the first time ever, some of these books you're seeing are put in great bags because I've been amassing them and not all of them were in good bags. So today it took me, I spent over 2.5 hours just putting the first 45 issues in the good bags because, you're putting them in, you got to be careful. So you got chipping on the cover. So, sometimes here's a pro tip for you. Sometimes if you're putting a book in and you've got it where part of the cover is turned up or turned back and you're trying to get it in the bag and you don't want the flap to go up, where it's just a little at the bottom, it's indentation, is put a board on top of it and behind it, slide it into the bag, and then slide the top board off, and then it'll stay flat the way you left it. And you're right, my greatest adventure was like that. So here's 44. So this is where I left off. I did the first 44 and put them in Mylar. So they look great. So and I'll show you some of the other highlights. So the other great appearance, the good villain appearance, is this issue here. As you can see, this is 61. And this book's got a little price to it here. This is the first Eclipso. So
nice.
So he's in the cover inset there. So not an exciting cover for him, but still. And when I got it, this is like a $250 copy, and I've had it for a while. So it's not a. If you got it for $250 now, that would be a bargain. It is not $250. So, and Eclipse, again, I think Eclipso is just a really cool villain. I'll also show you his first full cover, 66.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And so we've still got Mark Merlin in there. And now you have Eclipso. So you'll still get another story that's an anthology, but now you're getting an Eclipso story, a Mark Merlin story. So that lasted until 81. And 81 took us in a new direction, went back to horror. There we go. Great Neil Adams cover.
Nice.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So, the horror, let's see, this was my jam here. 81 to 154 was the final issue. And so, like I said, I had every DC Bronze Age horror. Now, we don't have any word balloons. We don't need any word balloons. Just the story, the House of Secrets, and there's another introduction in here. Anybody want to take a guess who was introduced in this? How about the caretaker of the House of Secrets?
I forget. Was it Abel or Cain?
Abel. Cain is the caretaker. Cain is the caretaker of House of Mystery. Abel's the caretaker of House of Secrets. House of Mystery went back to horror with 174 with that great cover with the door opening and the hand beckoning the kids in. So that was thank you, TJ. Got one more for you too. One more special one. So,
I feel I know what that one is.
Yeah, of course you do. The so that 174 is when House of Mystery went back to horror, and then because they did start out in horror, because I have a House of Mystery 1, which is one of my prized books. Wanda was a werewolf on that cover. It was awesome, and that was from 52, I think. But we go back to horror. So House of Mystery 174 goes back to horror, and then Cain is introduced in the next issue, House of Mystery 175. But the first issue, the House of Secrets, went back to horror after House of Mystery did, and they went ahead and introduced Abel with the first issue back to horror. So Abel, first appearance there. And then there's one more, I know you all know, but there's one more major appearance in House of Secrets. It's a tough book to get. It's a tough book to get in any shape. To get it in this shape. Oh, prepare to drool. House of Secrets. 92.
Yeah, it's the first appearance of Louise Simonson.
It is. Well, back then she was Louise Jones.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, there she was. So
marriage.
First Swampy. Well, that was her first marriage. She was married to the artist Jeffrey Jones. So there you go. First Swamp Thing. The colors are amazing.
The book's amazing.
The book is amazing. This is probably it's got a slight little tick on the cover right there, a little tear there, but I still think it's a 9. It's raw. It's not been worked on. So I've had this book in my possession probably, time is just going crazy for me, probably 40 years. So boom, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good looking book. And it's really cool. I got to get Miss Simonson now to sign a facsimile edition of this at the Big Oak a couple months ago. And she was just as wonderful as can be. So to have a facsimile of this signed by her is neat. I would never consider to have this signed by anybody, because I don't, these great, I have Bernie's signature on some hardcovers that I have that he signed for me, but on this book here, no signatures on this. This is just as good. Top 10 cover. I mean, as far as iconic comic covers go, there's no way this is in the top 10. This is it, baby. This is the real deal. It's that cool in the coffin.
All of them are.
Side quest, I've said for years. I'm taking all these books with me. I'm just looking for a hearse with a luggage rack. So there we go.
And now you need a double-decker bus.
Yeah, we talked about getting the double-decker bus. Yeah, I got 60,000 books. Yeah, I'm going to need a double-decker bus. So
you might need to make 2 trips now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So that is the showcase. I hope you enjoyed seeing some books you don't usually see. The early House of Secrets, to see the first 10 issues in a row. You don't get that anywhere else, man. You only get it here on the Codex station that brings you the goodness the House of Secrets, #1, baby. So there you go.
That's awesome. So, hey, Gary, let me ask you this:
Yes.
Are those available as a trade?
Okay, so House of Secrets.
That's a good question, Sal.
They did an Epic collection, starting, and it starts with 81, where they went back to horror. And the Epic collections, now these have been out of print for a while, but they're the big, thick black and white books that DC did. So they've done a couple.
Kill a person.
But listen, they've done a couple House of Mystery, and they've done those. But also, they complete. So the House of Mystery, 81 to 154, is all the horror. They have done 2 of the great omnibuses that came out within the past 5 or 6 years, I guess, and they complete every issue all the way up to 154, from 81 to 154. And you can get them with the great art in it, reproduced in the 2 omnibuses of the House of Secrets. They've also done House of Mystery, and they started with the 174, went back to horror, and there's been 2 volumes of that, maybe a 3rd volume. But I have every one that they've put out so far. Those are well worth getting. You probably have to get them on secondary market now. When those books came out, they were $100 books or $125 books. But they are amazing and they look good. I'm sorry I didn't bring one of the big volumes with me, but they're doorstops. They're books that they're so heavy you could beat somebody to death with them if needed.
Yeah.
So, they're definitely doorstops. But so 2 great ways to get it. The more affordable way is the black and white Epic line. But the much cooler way, much better way to showcase it is to get the House of Mystery and the House of Secret omnibuses that came out. So I recommend them highly. I have them, even though I have the originals, I've got them upstairs because that's my preferred way to read them. Because again, like I said today, when I put a lot of these books in here, you just got to be so careful with them. But the early ones, 1 through 80, are not in those editions. It's just the horror ones, 81 up.
Okay.
All right. Well, that about wraps it up. Uncle Gary, fantastic. First one, your intro.
Nice job.
The intro, y'all killed it. I am so happy about that.
Me and Tim went back and forth on that, on how we should do it. But ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the end of the stream. If you like this format, let us know. If not, we can always tweak some things. But mainly, it's going to be a live show other than Uncle Gary's showcase. You're going to be catching that probably on Tuesdays, edited, ready to go for your liking. So comment on there. Let us know what you like. Wes or Richard, what's up?
One more thing. What you got, Rich?
He's typing it out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Just tapping it out. Here it comes.
Oh no, this is just from TJ.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, thanks, TJ.
Well, thanks for spending your Saturday night and early Sunday with us. I mean, it's one of the highlights. We look, I was going to be on vacation this week and had to change plans around. I was like, well, at least I get to be on Codex. So thank you.
Well, that was for CBC.
Well, I'm not sure what that is, but y'all can tell me.
Okay.
There's a comic book community awards that Brian LCS sponsors, and Codex has been nominated for. We can't actually see the nominations, but Codex was nominated for an award.
Wow.
I think individually, those of you guys that have individual channels, I think you guys were all individually nominated, and I was for something.
Well, congratulations.
It's so weird to see my name next to like Lunch Money Comics. It's just a very, very weird feeling. But yeah.
I didn't see that at all. Where was that again? Say that again.
I'll send you guys the link.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah,
great. I didn't even know. Usually I'm on top of these things.
Well, Richard, thanks for letting us know too. Yeah. Man. I had no idea.
I just put
you're out here doing God's work, man.
As plugged in as I am to the tech world, it's amazing.
You are.
Yeah. He's been hacking computers since they were invented.
Tech.
Yeah, Mr. Tech. Tech.
If you ever go to Gary's house, you see the setup like the Matrix.
Thank you so much.
Like that.
Well, thank you. Thank you, SideQuest. Wow.
Can you tell us what you voted for us for so we know?
Yeah. This is all news to me, too. This is awesome.
Oh, God.
Well, thank you. I mean,
I was trying to look it up here.
We've got such great folks that tune in and watch this and
Mhm.
contribute. Because let me tell you, we love doing the show. We love hanging out with each other and then having
Yes.
great guests like Hagen on tonight. We love that. But when we get to interact with y'all because you're digging it and you're part of the fun and we keep these inside jokes going, you make our nights. You make us really, really, really want to do this. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
like Richard, like even that Instagram post you made about getting, was it Marvel 1986? Like
85.
85, my bad. 85, that warmed my heart. I was like, I shared it everywhere. I was like, this is why we do what we do. Even if it reaches one person, we're happy. Like, I don't need the biggest following. Yeah, would I love to see those numbers skyrocket? Of course, anyone would. I mean, Lettuce can probably agree too. Wasn't it was awesome to hit that goal of 200, right?
Yeah,
And
I mean, I've never been a or with this, I'm not a numbers guy. Like I'm not
yeah,
I want 100, I want 200, I want 300. To me, the stunning thing is that behind each of those, I think I'm up to like 312, 320, somewhere in there.
Nice.
But behind each of those ticks is somebody who thought that I was interesting enough that they're willing to dedicate their time to me. And that's just like so beyond flattering. Like I'm just some dumbass who makes videos about comic books that I like, and people are interested enough to do that. So that's the flattering thing. It's less like the numbers game, and it's more the fact that each of those numbers represents somebody who thinks I'm fascinating.
See, that's affirmation, baby.
I just,
TJ,
yeah.
very good summation. That shows most gaping holes. That would be us.
I just checked my page and I have 160 followers.
Nice.
I don't even look at that all that often. It's like,
Hey,
yeah, right now we're
I
sitting.
do pay Chris, but I pay him by the inch.
Yeah, right now we're
Pay by the
sitting
inch.
1392.
we are 1392. Nice.
Yeah, and I don't check that usually. The only thing I look at is how like videos are doing. So I mean, other than that, like, oh, and by the way, everybody, right now that's in chat. Yeah, as soon as this is over, go watch the interview with the creators of Ram God. We had Owen and Morgan Rosenblum from Massive Publishing, and they're also promoting their other book, Winds of Numasera, with the board game coming out too here soon, which you guys will be seeing a lot of.
Best ongoing series. Okay.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just heard my YouTube channel has 23 followers.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to get those numbers up there.
Gotta get those numbers up. Okay.
Which
you bought the comic goods. I think he's talking about the Ram God ones.
Ram God doesn't come out till July 20.
Oh, then maybe something else then.
When's the new Masera, maybe?
That was a good interview, by the way. I was a good interview. I was glad I was in the chat with that one.
Yeah, that was fun. I was sick as a dog, and I was like,
you were.
I had to get in there, and like I asked like 3 questions, and after everything was done, they're like, those were like the best questions. I was like, thank you.
They're fevered. They were fevered questions.
Fevered questions.
Yeah. They're fevered.
Oh yeah,
it was a fevered dream. Oh, it was Ram God. Okay, cool, Richard. That if you guys have not checked out Ram God, or seen the synopsis of it, definitely do it. It's kind of like roller. Or you ever seen Rollerball?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that.
James
It's a Running Man mixed with what I thought iRobot. It's all that if they made of one love child. Like
that's a hell of a kid.
Yeah. But the covers, they have a lot of 80s movie poster variants, and just the main A cover alone, I don't even know if it's up on here still. If we have it, I'll show it. But if that one was amazing too. But yeah, go check out that. It's up right now. So, but yeah, guys, thank you again for joining us. Hagen, Lettuce Comics, thank you for coming on another episode with us. I love when people actually, come for a second episode.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
it's an open invitation too. Whenever you want to jump on, just let us know. Bored one night. Hit me up on Instagram.
That's
That's
right.
where you can find them, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
Yep. Go see Lettuce Comics. Vote for him too for some of these awards, and gosh, his milestone, Captain America 4.
Yeah, if you want to
Avengers
see
4.
if you want to see a copy of Avengers 4, I show it to you within the first 30 seconds of the video. I refuse to clickbait people. So if you want to see that, go ahead and go take a look and check it out.
He's showing you the goods from the get-go. Can't beat that.
He doesn't hold back.
He just shows it right away.
He's
just
giving
like
you
a 10-second man.
He's giving you full frontal on that book from the beginning.
Just whips it out right
That's
there.
what that book deserves.
No matter how little or how big the book is.
Bang! You get it.
All right.
And we're the ones that are excited watching it.
You make my stack a little bit bigger. That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us. We will see you next week next week, because that's the only show we're going to have next week. We'll see you next week. Have a great 4th of July if we don't talk to you guys. See you in the next one.
Take care, folks.
See ya.
All right. Who's saying it? I can't wait.
Somebody said it. Where you go? Lettuce got you some votes too.
Awesome.
We had it in the chat.
There it is.
Snoop did it.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you